Hello everybody, this is Video Game Fan 96 here, and welcome to another segment of Come Party with Nick's Belated 2026 birthday celebration, in which case where I play through Sonic Colors Ultimate without skipping the cutscenes, with the exception of the credits, because the credits is way too long. And so yeah, I do apologize on not getting onto this sooner, because see, I was going to do it sometime yesterday, but the thing of it was, well, two things. One, I got a call from my mom's boyfriend, stating that my mom's gonna come over here, later on that day. I didn't know what time specifically, especially since my mom had off. Especially since she usually is done working at 4 a lot of the time, unless it's double, in which case it's 9. But again, she had off, so I didn't know what time, she was gonna come over. And so when mom did come over, she didn't leave until a certain time frame. And in which case, it would have been, by the time I would have started the stream, I believe it would have been like a bit late at night. So that's kind of the whole reason as to why I didn't stream this yesterday. And as for today, I was going to stream this game early this morning at 6 in the morning. I was going to do that, but heck, I'll go as far as to say that I even set my alarm on both alarms, both my phone and my regular alarm clock. And while those two things did go up, I fell back asleep. So and I wanted to be able to stream, and so I couldn't stream it because by the time I got back home from work, it was like close to 1 or whatever. By then, someone was gonna come over here, and right when I was getting ready to stream at around 5ish p.m. Central Time, my mom's boyfriend called me, and so that caused me to not being able to stream until now. So I do apologize, Nick, for not getting this part sooner. But nonetheless, I'm gonna type in test just to be sure that the chat indeed works, and we're going from here, folks. And yeah. So like I said, I'm not gonna be skipping the cutscenes with the exception of the credits. And I assure you, guys, that the original soundtrack is indeed turned on. But for some reason, Reach for the Stars, the original version, does not play during the opening intro, and I don't know why. And I'm gonna assume it's the same thing during the credits. So just very. But I am kind of excited on my channel again because, well, yeah, Sonic Colors is not my it's not my favorite Sonic game. Far from it, in fact. The storyline is pretty simplistic, and basically changed the writing of what we've had in the past Sonic games prior, to this, in which case we're constantly changing writing and stuff. And yeah, the gameplay is still pretty fun, all things considered, and this game, the original Sonic Colors anyway, people loved it, myself included, but nowadays I don't really love it or anything like that. But whatever, it is what it is. So, anyways, with that being said, I do hope you enjoy your time watching this kind of thing, Nick. Not that it really matters. Well, I guess it does matter. Sorry, I do apologize on me saying that. It's just when Belated 17 came into the chat here, I don't know, it made me start to overthink things. Not saying that Belated 17 is a bad person, far from it, but I just didn't expect him to show up in the stream. That's why I said what I said. I wasn't expecting him to show up. Not that it matters in the grand scheme of things, because it really doesn't matter. So with that being said, that's the kind of thing that really sucks about Sonic Colors Ultimate, is that unlike how it was in the original Sonic Colors, is that this game only supports one save file. while in the original version it supported like 6 save files, which in my opinion is beyond stupid. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like I'm trying to say, BludgerMan17 is, he's a pretty cool YouTuber. So yeah, be sure to check him out. Yeah, you guys can easily, just click on his channel and check him out. He's a cool YouTuber, you know. Again, I recommend watching him. He has pretty good content, you know, all that good stuff. Like I said, just wasn't really expecting him to show up, but I'm not complaining though. So with that being said, yes, the Sonic Colors Ultimate, it's a fine game, don't get me wrong, but not at launch, because when Sonic Colors Ultimate came out, especially on the Nintendo Switch, it ran pretty bad. It ran very poorly, with numerous glitches and among other things. And while yes, we did get patches here and there, the game is still not very good. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it still has issues. For example, I believe in Starlight Carnival Act 3, I think it is, where basically it's supposed to show a Sonic character model up close, in a certain way. Unfortunately though, it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately. Because like it just shows a Sonic just floating in midair, unlike how it is in the original, where Sonic, where he like crouches down or whatever. But yeah, unfortunately here they didn't do that. And to those who don't know, Sonic Colors Ultimate was made, dare I say, by Blind Squirrel Games. Yes, the same developers who made some wrestling game, who made a terrible port of that wrestling game. They made a very bad, wrestling game, and on the Switch, a port, if you will. And Sega thought it was a perfect idea to hire them, which I think is kind of dumb. Why not just hire Sonic Gaming to do it? Of course, so I'll try the best I can to not make this stream about complaints constantly. But you can't really blame me for saying these things, because again, Sonic Colors Ultimate did not launch at a stable, at a stable rate, if you will. Because Sonic Colors Ultimate, because like, the reason I'm saying these things, because like Sonic Colors, the original game, like, okay, maybe it wasn't a perfect Sonic game, but it actually ran pretty well for what it was on the Wii. Keep in mind that the Wii is basically a slightly, like improved graphics. It's basically a souped up GameCube is basically what it is. So, like I said, I'll do the best I can to make this stream to not make the stream about nothing but complaints is what I'm saying. But yeah, and also that's another thing. This isn't really a complaint, mind you, but something I find pretty hilarious. Okay, it's not that funny, but I find it a little hilarious. The reason why is because okay, so apparently in the files, the cutscenes, yeah, they're supposed to play in real time. Yes, this game was supposed to have real-time, cutscenes. And also Low Song 72, Fan 3, AK Video Game Fan 5, and hope you enjoy all that good stuff.
Still, an evil plot? I don't know.
But yeah, anyway,
Wow. Plot or not.
Yeah, so that's how it is. Yeah, so yeah, yes, this game was originally gonna have real-time cutscenes, like I said. But here, what Blind Squirrel Games did, they just took the original cutscenes from the Wii and like upscaled it or whatever and called it a day. And the reason why I'm saying it's kind of hilarious is because, okay, so like the cutscenes, don't worry, I'll get to you in it.
Oh man, this thing's got
Well, yeah, like, so like the lighting is different in this game than how it is in the original.
Constructed entirely out of a sense of remorse for my past transgressions.
Just in case, just in case if number 17 was talking to me, I'll say not that I could think of at the moment. But if you're talking to Sonic 2 Fan 3, aka Virtual Time Loop, then I apologize on that. But nonetheless, Sonic Colors as a whole, I think it's a good game. Don't get me wrong, but compared to games like Sonic Unleashed and stuff, I don't know. I like Sonic Unleashed, and as I speak, I'm actually thinking about doing Let's Plays on my channel where I play Sonic Unleashed along with you know, a Sonic and a Black Knight. I actually plan on playing this game as Let's Plays on my channel. Just keep in mind though, guys, that since I don't own a capture card as of this stream, the quality is not going to be as good. Because I don't have a capture card. And so why does this version have only one save file? Yeah, that's exactly my question. That was basically my exact question. When I played this game for the first time. So why? I have no idea why it only has one save file. And again, I'm genuinely trying not to make this stream about nothing but complaints. I'm genuinely trying not to do that. But that's one of the issues with the game. The original game had 6 save files, but this game, nope, only 1. Which, in my opinion, is beyond stupid. And the reason why I'm saying that, though, guys, because basically, when I play this game, Sonic Colors Ultimate, when I played Sonic Colors Ultimate, like, back when it was new, and may I add, it was early access, may I add, because I bought the Digital Deluxe version of the game. I bought the Digital Deluxe version of the game, because I wanted to play the game early. So, color me surprised, no pun intended, when I found out that this game had, only had one save file, and one save file only. And the reason why it's so bad is because, basically, when I played the game early, I basically got all of the S ranks, all the trophies to the point where I got platinum trophies. Yeah, I got all the S ranks, I collected all the redstone rings, I got all the chaos emeralds, and so when I did the stream with the full story, for the full story, it was saying delete data, and then I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And yes, I know people are gonna defend this for some stupid reason. It being like, oh, but Video Game Fan 96, why can't you just create an alternative account and keep your original save file intact? And then it's like, well, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that in order to keep my save data. I should not have to do that. And yes, you could argue Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends also had this issue. Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends also had that issue as well. And actually, no, not Rayman Origins. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Rayman Origins actually had 3 save files. I think. Now that I think about it. But Rayman Legends, I know for a fact, only supports 1 save file. So meaning that, like, say if you got maximum awesomeness rank, if you got maximum awesomeness rank, if you got all the trophies to the point where you got the platinum trophy, you got all the 10 C's, all that kind of stuff. Well, guess what? Either 1, create an alternative account, or two, delete your save data. And the reason why I'm saying this too, guys, is because I know on the Switch version of Rayman Legends, specifically Definitive Edition, Yeah, that one, at least my Switch 1 account anyway, not my Switch 2 account, because it came out, it was before. It was before the Switch 2 was even announced. But on the Switch 2, on the Switch 2, on the Switch 2, no, sorry, on the Switch 1, sorry. On the Switch 1, I did manage to collect, all the 10 Cs, got the maximum awesomeness rank, at least I think I did. But I know for a fact, though, I did manage to get all the 10 Cs. That I know. And on top of that, I did manage to get all the characters. And by characters, I mean skins. Because I think, like if you get a million lums, I'm not gonna say what you get as a skin for Rayman because it's not really appropriate for this live stream. But go on ahead and Google it, and you guys will see for yourself. But yeah, for if you get a million lums, you get some kind of skin for Rayman. But again, I'm not gonna say it because you know it's not really appropriate. But all I'm really gonna say is it's kind of an interesting reward for going out of your way for getting a million lums. And if you want to get the lums faster, you gotta play the game, you know, online during the online stuff where you're going against random people online, and you have to make sure that you get everything. What I mean by getting everything is making sure that you try to get as much, you know, points or time, whatever it is that's going on during that week or whatever. As for me, yes, again, I did manage to do it on the Switch. But on the PS4, I did not do that because on the PS4 I don't have PSN. Well, see, I did have PSN Plus. I did have PSN Plus for like 3 months, like a few months ago, because well, technically it was like, well, you know what I mean. But the reason I'm saying that's because I had a 3-month subscription for PSN Plus, so I could play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds with Video Game Fan 1999, aka Daniel. But yeah, I did manage. That made no sense. But yeah, anyway. I did manage. I did manage. To do that, and I will say that it is pretty fun. And so yeah, and also by the way, those who don't know the Ghost Whip that I had equipped beforehand, that is exclusive to the Sonic Colors Ultimate version. In which case it's basically like how it is in Team Sonic Racing. And no, guys, I don't plan on streaming that kind of game on my channel, even though I already have the game. And it's funny because I bought the game for streaming purposes. But yeah, I don't really care for Team Sonic Racing all that much. Like, don't get me wrong, Team Sonic Racing, it's a fine game. Don't get me wrong, it's a fine game. It's fine, it's fine. But compared to stuff like Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, compared to, you know, stuff like that, Team Sonic Racing, I don't think it's as good. And this is coming from someone who actually, you know, who bought the game, I think, pretty early on when it first came out. At least I think I did. Either way, and it's funny, too, because Team Sonic Racing, that game literally died. Like, I believe like a week after launch, or if not that, it died pretty quickly. Either way, regardless of such, it died pretty quickly, so I guess I answered my question. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Team Sonic Racing died pretty early. In terms of online-wise. But to be fair, Team Sonic Racing came out, at the time when Crash Team Racing Nitro Field was coming out, to be fair. In which case, Crash Team Racing Nitro Field is a remake of Crash Team Racing, but they have Crash Nitro Kart, you know, tracks included. You know, on there, which is kind of cool. And Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, yeah, if you're gonna play either one of those games, just get Crash Team Racing Nitro Field. It's a way better game, in my opinion. It's way better. It controls better. It looks better. Everything. It's just you know, That's just my honest opinion, you know. I think it's a fine game. Don't give me. You know, it's like, I mean, like Crash Team Racing Nitro Field. I think it's a good game. Is what I mean to say. I think it's a fine game. For you know, a really good game is what I mean to say. But Team Sonic Racing, again, I don't think it's all that great, if I'm being honest. Especially when compared to Sumo Digital's other works. You know, like Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed and Sega Superstars Racing. So it's kind of a shame that Team Sonic Racing released the way it did because, you know, it's just, you know, it's just how it is. And I also do apologize on talking throughout these cutscenes. I do apologize, but you know, that's just how it is for that. Now in terms of what's coming up next, for the next kind of thing of what I plan on doing, the next segment that's coming up after this is going to be where I play Pac-Man on the it's basically the NES version, but it's on NSO on the Switch 2. Or Switch 1 if you want to call it, because NES app is available on the Switch 1. Obviously, no duh. But, that's what's coming up next. Basically what I plan on doing is, I guess it depends on, how long that goes on for. I'm probably only gonna play that game for around 3 sets, but it all depends on how long I go without dying. And of course the last segment that's coming up after this is gonna be no, not Sonic. It's gonna be on Mega Man 2. And what I'm gonna be doing when I do Mega Man 2, what I plan on doing is I plan on doing like a test stream just to make sure I can hear my voice. And the reason I'm saying that though, guys, because the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, I don't know how it is in Legacy Collection 2, but in Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, that game does not support like toggleable like settings. You know, it doesn't contain any toggleable settings for, you know, sound effects and music. And the reason I'm saying that though, guys, because yeah, the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, it's really, really loud. Like, really loud. I wish I was being sarcastic. And also, I was using the D-pad there for a second there. But it really doesn't matter. Yeah, I kind of wish you could use the D-pad. I kind of wish you could. But I can kind of see why. You know, you can't use the D-pad in this game because I don't think you can even use the D-pad in Sonic Colors, or at least if you're using the Wii Remote and Nunchuck combo anyway. If you're playing on the Wii Remote held sideways or something like that, then yeah, obviously you can use the D-pad. But obviously. But yeah, that boss fight, yeah, really easy. Yeah, to be fair, pretty much all these bosses are pretty easy, pretty much.
Where'd you run off to?
So there's that for you guys.
Trashed a giant killer robot.
Oh,
And also, by the way, Sonic Free Riders, yeah, I believe that's the first Sonic game where they changed voice actors, if I'm not mistaken, where they used the Studiopolis voice actors, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, guys. But I'm not really the biggest fan of the Studiopolis voice actors. Like, maybe with the exception of the current voice actress who plays as Tails now, not the one in like Sonic Colors, you know, or but yeah. Roger Craig Smith, I think he's fine as Sonic. I think he's fine, but like, I just don't really think his voice fits all that well for the character, unless it's Sonic Boom. Because if it's like Sonic Boom, then I think it fits, you know, Sonic's voice, because, you know, Sonic Boom, it's more of a cartoon, it's more of a cartoony, jokey type deal, which I guess you could argue is the same thing here, but I think it fits Sonic and Sonic Boom compared to this. And I don't care what people say about the 4Kids voice actors, I don't care, but I love the Sonic 4Kids voice cast, because the only one I don't care for is is Amy Pallant, who played as Tails back in the days, because it makes Tails sound more like a girl, and I don't know, it just, I just don't think Amy Pallant fits Tails on the 4Kids voice cast. But everybody else, I like everybody else, so there's that. Yeah, so if you have to make content for this game, you plan on playing the Wii version with the GameCube controller. Yeah, for me, on the Wii version, I've always used, I like to use the Wii remote and nunchuck combo. But to be fair, since I have a Wii U, well, I can't use the GameCube controller. You know, since you can't use GameCube controllers on Wii mode for some weird reason. I don't know why, but it is what it is. But yeah, the GameCube controller is it's a pretty good pick. It's just for me, I've always liked the Wii remote nunchuck combo. That's just how I roll. Um, and matter of, I still have my copy of Sonic Colors. And I don't know, I probably said this story before, but yeah, kind of funny though of how this works. Cause okay, so I was gonna get Sonic Colors that one day, and see the outside of the game case, it said Sonic Colors. It said Sonic Colors on the outside. But when I took the game out of the game case, I'm gonna find out the inside says Sonic and the Secret Rings, which at the time I didn't really mind all that much because I wanted to get that game later on down the road anyway, so it didn't really bother me as much. But I just find it so funny how that works. Where one side it said this game, but kind of find out it's a different game on the inside, so it's kind of weird. And then my older stepdad, not my stepdad that I have now, but my older stepdad, he basically assumed that something went wrong with the factory or something. Something went wrong with the factory, and I guess the factory machine or whatever chose the wrong game or whatever. Kind of funny how that works. And eventually, I did get Sonic Colors. I eventually did get the original game. I eventually did get it. But I don't remember when I got it. But I do remember owning the DS version of Sonic Colors. You know, the original DS before the 3DS came along. Which a lot of people agree that the DS version is the better version of Sonic Colors, simply because it's better written. It's better written, and you know, among the other factors. I don't really blame them for saying that, because I do agree. It is better written, and on top of that too, I clipped right through the Red Star Ring. Then again, I don't know why. Then again, I don't know why I'm even doing that to begin with. But yeah, the DS version, based on what I remember when I used to have the game, because I stupidly sold it for some stupid reason. Don't ask why I sold it. In the comments, guys. Like, don't even bother asking. I have no idea why I sold it for some stupid reason. But yeah, I had the DS version all those years ago. And I remember it being a pretty good version. Don't get me wrong, it was a good version. From what I remember. You know, like, and on top of that, it even has the Mother Wisp, on that version, unlike how it is on the main console version. Which is kind of funny, because you would have thought it would have been on the Wii version, but no, it was on the DS version. So yeah, most people, like I said, they agree that the DS version is the better version, and I kind of get, and I get why. I haven't played the DS version in quite some time, unless I play on a DS emulator, but which actually, funny enough, funny how I say that, because I actually have been going on this website called Retro Achievements, in which case you play retro games. And they have achievements built into them. Like even on games that didn't have achievements originally. Like as I speak, I actually got all the achievements for Crash 1, as an example of this. I got all of them. Although of course most of it was just playing the game normally. Most of that was just collect all the gems on this. But in some capacities they actually you know, change things up here and there. Like for example, defeat Embryo without taking damage and without pressing up on the controller or something like that. You know, so. Yeah, but again, I did manage to get all the achievements on there. And as I speak, I'm actually working on Crash 2. I'm actually working on Crash 2 and getting all the achievements there. That's what I plan on doing. You know, and as I speak, I managed to get like one of the hardest achievements in the game. One of the hardest ones. In which case, what I'm talking about is like like beat Totally Bear within this many within this time. And the reason why I'm saying that was pretty hard is because the level is pitch black and dark. Okay, maybe it's not like black, but it's still pretty hard to see. But yeah, pretty difficult stuff. I mean, yeah, pretty difficult stuff. But yeah, retro achievements. To those who have not went on that website, definitely check it out. It's free. Just make sure that you have your own emulators and stuff like that. Make sure you get emulators and all that good stuff. However, for various reasons, I'm not gonna tell you where to find those emulators or anything like that. You guys are on your own. I'm not gonna tell you guys how you get the emulators for various reasons. You guys are on your own. But yeah, Retro Achievements, definitely check it out. It's a pretty good website, in my opinion. Really, really cool. Unfortunately though, because my computer is a piece of garbage, unfortunately though, some emulators I don't think is gonna work all that well. And the reason why I'm saying that is like, for example, GameCube, as an example, you know, GameCube, PS2 and stuff. And the reason why I'm saying that, though, guys, is because, okay, so I tried using, Dolphin. I try to use that emulator as an example on both GameCube and Wii. I tried Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn on my computer. And no matter what settings I do on my computer, both games still run poorly. Like, you know, like literally, like the music is all glitched up, the gameplay is all slowed down, and yeah. So again, my computer is a piece of garbage. And I do apologize on me cussing too, by the way. I do apologize, but yeah, it's not a very good computer. But as I speak, I'm actually trying to get a gaming computer. And the reason I'm saying as I speak is because there are talks that if I save enough money, I could potentially get a gaming computer. Well, then again, so I say, and yet I kind of want to get a PS5. And the reason why I'm saying about the PS5 thing, though, guys, because I think it was like several weeks ago or whatever, Sony confirmed that they are no longer going to be making PlayStation discs starting around 2028 or something like that. And that's why I wanted to get additional PS5, additional only PS5 with the disc drive separately, because you know, let's be real here, it's going to be cheaper to get that than it would be to get the disc version. So that's what I plan on doing as well. And the reason why I'm saying that too, guys, because Atlas, they already gave out a release date for Persona 4 Revival, and obviously I'm gonna want to get that game and do on my channel. And according to what I saw, is that it's not available on the Switch 2. It's not gonna be available on that system. For reasons I don't know why, but yeah, they're putting on like Xbox, Series X and S, they're putting it on PS5, all that kind of stuff, but they're not putting it on the PS4 or Switch 2. So I'm gonna assume that they're not doing the PS4 version because I'm gonna assume it has like certain graphical effects that the PS4 cannot handle. Which is, you know, valid. Especially since the PS4 it's outdated now. It's outdated. It's outdated hardware now. Yeah, it's outdated hardware now. So those who got a PS5 at launch when they did, so those who got a PS5 at launch when you guys did, you guys got a steal pretty much. Because before it used to be like, okay, I'm not gonna get the console right away because, you know, it's just gonna decrease in terms of price range. You know? So that's why some people out there, they didn't get a PS5 right away because, again, they waited till, you know, the sales were done. Or not the sales were done, but, you know, the sales would decrease. Yeah, so for PS5 launch owners, again, you guys got a steal. Because now console prices, they're not going to be decreasing now. They're going to be increasing in terms of price, you know. So, yeah, kind of a shame on the video game industry of how things are going now. So, which means that in 2028, well, that's it. You can't, that's it. Then, you know, that's it. You're getting the rest of your PlayStation 5 games, you know, the new ones that come out without the disc. No, well, you know, without the disc, because, you know, the new games that come out, they're gonna release it as digital only, which sucks. It makes me wonder what's gonna be the last PS5 game that's gonna be on the disc. Makes me kind of wonder what the last one's gonna be. Is it gonna be Final Fantasy 7? You know, I forgot what it was called, but it was like one of the it was a Final Fantasy 7 remake type deal. You know, obviously Persona 4 Revival is not gonna be the last PlayStation 5 disc game. Well, that's obvious because again, that game is releasing in 2000 and I almost said 2017. Sorry, it's releasing in 2027, aka next year in February. So, but yeah, so for all we know, the last you know disc PS5 game, for all we know, that's gonna be like that one of the Final Fantasy 7 remakes. You know. And it's why many people are saying that at the rate this is going, they're not even gonna bother buying a PlayStation 6, and they're just gonna play games that they currently have from their backlog or whatever, and just play whatever games that they have. And honestly, that's honestly a pretty valid choice, and I don't blame those who are doing that choice. Can't really say I blame you. I can't really say I blame those people. Yeah. The video game industry, man. And I agree with Clement as well, along with his wife as well, you know. If they're not going to be making PlayStation discs anymore, the least they can do is at the very least lower the price down on you know, on their games. Because like, you know, cause see, at least you can kind of understand it with games like $70-$80 or whatever. At least it had excuses that they're using money on plastic and, you know, as well as the disc, so, you know, that's valid. But hey, if you're not having the disc, you know, then at that point, you know, you may as well just lower the price on the games that you're making. You know, may as well. Like, trust me, Like, believe me, I've been a gamer since the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. I've been gaming since those days. And believe me, I love my my games, you know. And I can kind of somewhat see where Sony's coming from, because apparently people are buying digital games more than physicals. I can kind of somewhat see why, but at the same time, it like ruins the market, you know, for people that buys games physically. You know, that's just how it is. You know, in some capacities. You know. And that's why when I heard that announcement, that Sony is longer going to be making PlayStation 5 discs anymore, or you know, PlayStation discs in general. Yeah, let's just say I felt something in my
If I was an alien
gut. Let's just say that in my heart. Let's just say that.
I be?
But
Experiences taught me to investigate anything.
I mean, I do apologize on getting to that topic. I do apologize about the PlayStation disc thing. I apologize, but
Experiences also taught me that the best way to solve
you know, it's just yeah, and honestly, the funny thing is, okay, I'll try to make this the last time I'll bring this up for the remainder of the stream, unless someone mentions it during this live stream here. But and the funny thing is, Sony announced it like whatever, after it got confirmed that GTA 6, aka Grand Theft Auto 6, there's a whole bunch of pre-orders where it's basically a code in a box. It's basically what it is. And I think ever since Sony saw that, they're like, okay, you know, let's just no longer make you know discs anymore. For that reason, because you know a lot of people are pre-ordering GTA 6, you know, a code in a box. And from what I remember hearing is that they were originally going to sell the game. They were originally going to sell it for $100 until they changed it to like 80 or whatever. But apparently I remember hearing, yeah, they were originally going to sell it for $100. And from what I remember hearing too is that PlayStation discs. You know, PlayStation discs, you know, discs, or not the discs, but the PlayStation 6, I should be saying. From what I've been hearing is that the system is probably going to be like $1,000, because you know, all them prices and all them increasing and all that jazz. But yeah, anyway, I'll try to be positive. Hopefully for the rest of the stream. Again, I apologize. But just so many things to talk about, especially in regards to the gaming industry, that I can't really help it. So again, I apologize.
Hey, Tails, you missed the BBBE.
Huh?
Best boss beating ever. So, has Yacker given you any more information or limericks or whatever it is he's spouting?
Well, first, remember, this translation stuff isn't 100%.
Trust me, I remember.
So anyway, these aliens are made up of a really powerful energy source called hyper-go-ons. It's inside of them.
Like a battery?
Which is kind of funny, because I actually saw a YouTube poop, you know, on this where Sonic constantly says, like a battery, you know? Yeah, I know, kind of dumb, but I remember seeing the YouTube poop about that all those years ago.
His horrible body odor. Anyway.
Oh
it seems
gosh,
an
and then this
evil man,
part,
and
oh,
you
so
might
dumb.
know him, who they call Baldy Nosehair.
Baldy nose hair.
The Baldy McNose hair is so funny.
All day.
Yes, I know that's my terrible Roger Craig Smith impression. I know that's terrible. You guys can roast me in the comments about how bad it is. But yeah. And thankfully, I think the Baldy McNose hair line was said one more time in Sonic Lost World.
That's good intel.
Where it's like, oh, hey, I'm looking at you, Baldy McNose here. Who are your friends? You know, that kind of line.
Baldy McNose
But
hair,
yeah.
of course.
I'll admit,
Totally calling him McNose hair.
I get the joke they were going for. I get the joke. Because, you know, Eggman, he's bald and McNose hair because he has a mustache. And as you all know, mustaches are made of hair, pretty much. So, again, I get the joke, but, ugh. But then again, I can't really complain. I can't really complain about, you know, childish jokes. I can't really complain because my jokes are pretty childish. Anyways, so I can't really be one to complain because again, my jokes are pretty, you know, childish. So what do I know? And like I said, from that one stream, again, I don't care what people says about Sonic Lost World, you know? Yes, Sonic Lost World is not the best Sonic game of all time. Far from it. It has plenty of issues. But the Wii U version, I don't think it's as bad as people says it is. Sure, it's not good, not great, but I don't think it's as bad as people says it is. I think Sonic Lost World is kind of fun. On the Wii U / PC. The 3DS version, however, yeah, I do recommend that game. It's pretty bad. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna go over the details too much on what makes it so bad. I'm not gonna go over the details on what makes it so bad. But yeah, I like the Wii U version of Sonic Lost World. Again, I don't care what people says about it. Kind of like how I don't care what people says about you know, Sonic X on that show being terrible, especially the English dub. You know, I don't care. You know, when I think of the, you know, Sonic, you know, the Sonic voices, for the most part, I think of, you know, the 4Kids voice cast, with the exception of, again, like the Amy Palette. Because again, I don't think the voice fits Tails at all. At least I don't think it does. But yeah, otherwise I like everybody else in the 4Kids voice cast. Otherwise, you know, Jason Griffith, Dan Green, etc. You know. Although don't get me wrong though, guys, I can definitely see where people are coming from on why they don't like the 4Kids voice cast. But I just find it kind of funny though. I kind of find it funny though where. Back in the days, back then, 4Kids voice cast, they got hated by many people. They got hated by a bunch of people. And then several years later down the line, all of a sudden the Sonic fan base, they're like, oh no, the 4Kids voice cast, they're actually good. They actually fit the Sonic, they actually fit Sonic. I don't like Roger Craig Smith, you know, blah blah blah. I just find it kind of ironic, you know. It's like, you know. Well, like I said, I like the 4Kids voice cast of Sonic. And, you know, and I especially like Jason Griffith. It's a shame though that especially Jason Griffith, where Jason Griffith he hit his peak around Sonic Unleashed and Sonic the Black Knight. He hit his peak of his voice acting as Sonic in that, and you know he hit that peak on that time. You know. Yeah, that's what happened, in my opinion. But as soon as he got like really good, that was when you know, he got replaced. Of course, I'm not complaining. It's just kind of a shame, you know. It's not even a negative thing either, but it still kind of stinks. You know, it kind of does. It kind of stinks. But then again, my opinion is rather biased though, because I think, Sonic X was like one of the first Sonic shows I watched. Maybe not, you know, the first Sonic show that I watched. Maybe not the first. I think the first Sonic show I remember watching was probably Sonic Underground. Yeah, it probably was Sonic Underground. It probably was. But yeah, I've always loved Sonic X. I mean, I'll admit, season 1 is pretty repetitive, and season 2 is like my favorite season of the show. But season 3, I found that one to be probably the worst season because I found it to be pretty boring. Like, don't get me wrong though, yeah, the Meta-Rex, they do seem kind of cool, like a cool threat, you know, all that kind of stuff, but, you know, there's that. And also, if you want like a hot take, opinion, dare I say, I don't think the Knuckles show, the Paramount one, the Knuckles show, yeah. See, that show is heavily disliked by many Sonic fans, and I can definitely understand where they're coming from. It's mostly about Wade and Knuckles. So I get where they're coming from. But if the show was just about Knuckles, then the show would be kind of boring. But then again, time plays to what Wade too. And matter of, I would rather preferred it if it was mostly about Knuckles than Wade. I would have rather preferred that. I would have preferred it. But based on what I watched on all the episodes, because yes, I have the DVD copy. At least I'm pretty sure it's DVD. But yeah, I have it, and I watched all the episodes. I watched all the episodes, every single one. And aside from episode 4, okay, I don't know why I did that. But aside from episode 4, I liked all the other episodes. Yes, I'm not kidding, guys. I actually liked pretty much almost all the episodes, with the exception of episode 4. And I don't know what they were on when they were making episode 4. Yeah, I don't know what they were on when they were doing episode 4, but that was a weird episode. And I get what they're, and I get what they're going for because it was a dream sequence. But anyways, how far did Nick request you to? Oh yeah, see that's the thing, no. He didn't actually request. He didn't actually request it, but like basically he had me he requested 5 segments. But I had to cancel the Super Mario Party Jamboree, the Jamboree one because 1, my Switch 1 account doesn't have NSO. 2, I stupidly deleted my save data on the Switch 1 account. And 3, I don't have, King Bowser's Keep or something like that unlocked in my Switch 2 account. So again, that's my own fault. Don't ask me why I deleted my save data from my Switch 1 account. Don't ask why, but I did. But yeah, this, in which case, so he requested 5 segments. Although in this case, it's technically 4 segments since again, I had to cancel one of them. So the rest of the segments, I decided to come up with them, mainly because I wanted to, try to make it extra special for Nick, so I thought, hey, why not do something a little bit more? And so then the rest of them, I came up with on my own, Shadow Generations, Sonic Generations, where in Sonic Generations case, I do all the bosses and rivals, but as well as certain stages, but where I think it's best. Sonic Colors Ultimate, and Pac-Man on the NES, as well as Mega Man 2. So yeah, those I requested, and the reason why, let's see, Nick, Come and Party with Nick, he Oh, there we go. Holy crap, I actually died. Holy crap. But anyway, anyways, that being said, see, Nick has told me, Nick has said, I believe, on that one thing for my birthday celebration that he did, he said he's not really into Mega Man all that much. And the reason as to why I do Mega Man games, for his specials, even though he doesn't really care for Mega Man all that much, is because he doesn't really mind it when he watches me play them, and that's why I you know, play the Mega Man games for specials, you know. Yeah, I think now that I think about it, I think that was like my first death in the game. Now that I think about it, but it doesn't really matter anyways though, because even if you lose all of your tail saves, you still don't get a game over. It's all the more reasons why I prefer the Wii version as well. Yeah, not just because that it runs better and everything else on the Wii, but because again you have proper lives. I mean, granted the game's pretty easy anyway, but you know. I prefer lives in my platformers, you know, because when you have lives and you die, well, you feel punished for dying, you know. You feel punished. Well, when you die, or when you feel die in a platformer that doesn't really have, you know, lives, you don't really feel punished for dying, unless it's like Rayman Legends. And the reason I'm saying Rayman Legends is because you do get, get some punish. You do get punished a little bit, but that's specifically on the invaded levels. Yeah, it's specifically on the invaded levels specifically. The invaded levels, yeah, you do feel punished because you have to redo the entire challenge that you're doing. But you know, I do love, but yeah. Speaking of Rayman Legends, they're actually doing Rayman Legends Retold, which is actually kind of cool. It's basically Rayman Legends. You know, so there's that. Well, like I said, like I'm trying to say, Nyx is belated. You're right. But in terms of your birthday special, Blue, I'm probably gonna start it sometime next week, probably on Sunday or Monday or whatever. But even with that being said, even when I do it, it's still gonna be a bit of a while before I do Sonic and the Black Knight, though. So you're gonna have to be patient on that one. Because again, like I said, I want to do Sonic Unleashed and Sonic and the Black Knight as, you know, Let's Plays. Well, either way, I apologize. Well, either way, I apologize, but like I said, in regards, your birthday special for you, like I said, it's still going to be a bit of a while, like I said, it's still going to be a while. Because, like I said, I still want to do, Let's Plays, where I do Sonic Colors, no, not Sonic Colors, but Sonic Black Knight and Sonic Unleashed. And even then, I'm probably going to do Sonic Unleashed first, because that's my all-time favorite Sonic game. You know, and I do want to, show that off. And Sonic Black Knight, I do want to show that off. And the thing of it is, I technically have already shown Sonic the Black Knight on my channel, technically speaking. But for stupid reasons, don't ask why, but for stupid reasons, I decided to delete those videos. And I'm actually kind of glad I deleted them. I'm kind of glad I did, because when I was doing that original Sonic and the Black Knight Let's Play, it was being recorded on my 3DS. You know, before my 3DS decided to, you know, take a dump and just break on me. It was before that, but you know. In which case, the 3DS, yeah, not good quality. But then again, the way how I do my videos, regular videos, it's still not a good quality either. But I do the best I can, you know. But like I said, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, it's still gonna be a little while though before this Sonic and the Black Knight. Like I said, like I said, you're gonna be patient. Because I know in the case of what you show me, Blue, on for the birthday thing for you, I know you weren't being specific on like what you want me to do on those. Like I'm not sure if you like want me to play as Tails in like Sonic 2 or if you want me to only do Deep Woods in Sonic and Black Knight. So you know, so yeah, because you weren't being specific, I'm not sure what you want me to do on those. So I'm gonna have to take my best guesses on what you want me to do on those games on the channel. But again, you'll see. But like I'm trying to say, you'll have to see, and so you know that's just how it is. You know. And also, guys, no, I'm not collecting all the Red Star rings or doing the Game Land stuff on my on this playthrough either. To those who are gonna ask, I'm only collecting the Red Star rings for the sake of collecting them. Kind of like what I did in the Shadow Generations, where, you know, I was collecting stuff. Okay, yeah, Sonic and Tails. So yeah, well, to be fair, I could have done that. I think I was thinking about doing that anyway. But anyway. Okay, that was a little weird. But anyway, still kind of excited for Season Pass 2 for Sonic Racing Crossworld stuff. Looking forward to that because, you know, Sonic Racing Crossworld, what can I say? I love that game. I love it. It's really, really fun. I know some people are not going to get it for the sake of because, you know, it's too expensive and whatnot. And obviously, you know, Sonic Racing Crossworlds was never going to beat Mario Kart World. In terms of sales, it was never going to beat it. Let's be real. Mario's way more popular than Sonic. And take it from someone who likes Sonic more than Mario. But, you know, I'm still a fan of both franchises, nonetheless. And now we're on to this cutscene, where I kind of like it. But it's kind of a shame, though, we don't have a boss fight against Tails, though, because the mind control type deal, you know, it doesn't last as long. It's kind of a shame because I would have loved a boss fight against Tails. Same applies to Sonic Lost World. I would have loved that, but nope, no boss fight as Tails. Kind of a shame, but whatever.
Is that you humming?
Like Sonic, whatever. And also for the record, I do like Mike Pollock or Mike Pollock. You know, as Eggman. He's just that iconic. I do like him. I just love his voice acting when it comes to Sonic. Yeah, so I don't know how much longer though he's gonna voice act Eggman though, because as you know, he is getting kind of old. But you know, I kind of hope that he voices Eggman till the day he dies or something. I don't know, but what can I say? I think he's a really good voice actor.
This turned out much better than I could have hoped, and I only used a small prototype.
Enjoy it while you can.
And the funny thing is, he actually did like a funny thing on one of my older Facebook accounts, which I'm not gonna say which one it was, but on one of my older Facebook accounts, I actually did like I kind of did like some meme. Well, it's not really well, I mean it is a meme, but I just found on Google Images. As I posted it on Facebook at one time, and then Mike, he was like, Okay, if you're gonna quote my lines, at least say them right. Which, to be fair, it's understandable, because it was basically see, the post was about like the evil ham scene from Sonic Boom. Oh yeah, pay up, Tails.
I told you he had an evil plot, and coming here was a good idea. There it is, straight from the horse's mouth.
We didn't bet.
Dang.
Oh, and I also saw a YouTube poop of this scene too. Fine, I guess. But if it's what I think it is, you don't have to worry about it. But again, I agree. That kind of stuff should be said in, you know, private. I agree. Oh yeah, your favorite boss OST. Yeah, I can't really blame you. I can't really blame you. This song is pretty good. I still prefer the first boss theme. You know, I still prefer it over this one, but it's still not bad either. And for the record, getting the S rank here is pretty difficult in my opinion, because it took me quite a bit of a while for me to get the S rank on both this boss fight and the asteroid coaster version of this boss fight. I literally had to look it up online to figure out how I was supposed to get the S rank. And come to find out, you're supposed to like destroy this the parts a certain way in order to get the S rank.
Sorry, I got bored and broke your robot.
Yeah. Also, by the way, yeah, they did brought back unused voice lines, but unfortunately only two, which is the one you just heard now and the one over on Asteroid Coaster. Kind of a shame they didn't bring back the unused voice lines from the other bosses, but whatever.
Oh, I gave it to him pretty good. Sup, Yacker? So did you get any more info out of him?
It wasn't easy, but yeah.
Well, we know Eggman is going to use the energy he's stealing for a mind control weapon.
Learned that one the hard way.
Do we know how Eggman is getting all these aliens?
Yeah. At first I thought that Yacker was talking about how Baldy Nosehair was using burps.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he was using burps, then I'm pretty sure he'd be burping all day long if that was the case. Like, you know.
It made no sense. Then I made a tiny adjustment and realized he was saying generators.
So, no burps. Well, that's a relief.
Tell me about it. So basically, Eggman is using 5 tractor beam generators to hold their planet in orbit while he scoops the aliens all up.
Hold a whole planet?
Well, it's tiny, but still, yeah.
Okay, fine. 5 generators? Well, I've already leveled 2.
So, if my math is correct, that leaves us 3 more of those bad boys to
no one cares about, come on, Tails, we don't care about math. Or at least I don't care about math.
Don't have much time.
And believe me, I'm not gonna go over the details on this stream, but let's just say for the record, I've always hated math. Especially algebra. But yeah, I'm not gonna go over the details. All I'm really gonna say is I really hated math when I was back in the days when I was in school. That's all I'm gonna say in that regard.
Y'all reckon you'll be able to get yourself enough of that energy to take over the whole dang planet? Yes, I reckon I will. Where is your new
Yes, I know. He did that on purpose because, you know, pirate. But I kind of like how Mike delivered that line. I don't know. Maybe I'm just easily entertained. I don't know. Maybe that's probably what it is.
Finally, I don't think anything could have been more annoying than that
Or
cowboy chat.
or cowboy. I meant not pirate, but you know what I mean. Either way doesn't matter.
You're gonna sail off and search for that lumber Sonic.
I think that's the wrong chip.
You think?
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah. Pirate is yeah. First it was cowboy and then pirate. Got it mixed up, but that's fine.
Go find him and fix that. Shortly, I will have no need for those idiots. In just a few hours, Sonic's world will be under my control. When it is, it will be the crown jewel of my amusement park. The greatest amusement park in the universe! Ha ha ha! I think I gloated so hard I pulled a muscle.
Well, yeah, well, hey, maybe you should be laughing that hard then, Eggman. Yeah. But all kidding aside, now we're on to Planet Wisp. You know, probably my favorite, you know, world in the game, I guess I could say. I've always liked Planet Wisp. Although the funny thing is, yeah, I would definitely recommend to do Asteroid Coaster last. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you do Asteroid Coaster, like literally after that boss fight, or after them boss fights there, the game kind of like acts like you destroyed all the generators when you never did, which is kind of odd. And that's in both versions of Sonic Colors, may I add, both Colors Ultimate and Colors or versions. But like I said, Planet Wisp is a pretty good stage, in my opinion. Really fun. I've always liked Planet Wisp. It's cool, you know? And I actually kind of like Aquarium Park too, but mainly because of the music. But I can definitely understand why people don't like Aquarium Park, because, you know, it's underwater, and you know, and I don't care for underwater levels all that much, you know? I also do apologize on saying the word, you know, quite a bit. Or you know, I guess it's just how I am, I suppose. I don't know when I started saying that, but whatever. So yeah, probably sometime after the stream is over. Of course, like I said, like what Blue said, talk to him after the stream is done, and then probably after that, I will probably get started on the Pac-Man NES type thing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because so this way I only have one more you know, stream to do. In which case, like I said, Mega Man 2, like I said. And the reason why I kind of want to do Mega Man 2 because you know, because I did see Nick doing a Mega Man 2. I believe it was on normal difficulty, but I saw him do Mega Man 2, and you know, then that way maybe he could learn some tricks or whatever in Mega Man 2. Which one of these days, if Blue ever does, play the Mega Man game, well, specifically Classic and X, I wouldn't really mind, you know, helping Blue out I wouldn't mind helping him out on the boss weaknesses and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind doing it, you know. I wouldn't mind doing that. Especially since, you know, I'm a big Mega Man fan, you know, so, you know, I'm pretty knowledgeable on a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of stuff when it comes to, you know, Mega Man, you know. Because I've been a Mega Man fan since Mega Man 2. So you've done 8 before, and you'd like to do 7, which, believe me, oh boy, I'm not gonna spoil it. Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. But yeah, believe me, Mega Man 8 is one of my favorite Mega Man games. But, and I do like Mega Man 7 too, but oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, yeah, Mega Man 7, okay. It's a good game, don't get me wrong. In fact, it's one of my favorite Mega Man games, in fact, it's the classic series. It's one of my favorites. But, oh, the final boss fight, complete garbage of a fight. I'm not gonna say the reason as to why I find it to be a not so good boss fight. You know, in case if people want to, you know, find out for themselves. But all I'm gonna say is, yeah, not a good final boss fight. Not a good fight at all, in my opinion. It's terrible. And I'll go as far as say it's probably the worst final boss of all the classic Mega Man games. I'll go as far as to say that. It's like, I'll go as far as saying it's worse than Mega Man 2's final boss. Because at least in Mega Man 2, yeah, sure, it's ridiculously easy, but, you know, at least, you know, Mega Man, at least it's pretty easy. Too easy, but, you know, at least it's just that, easy. I'd rather a fight against a boss that's too easy than too hard, you know. That's always been my mindset when it comes to gaming. That's just how I've always viewed things. Because, you know, because at least if the boss is too easy, then at least with the boss that is too easy, then it's, you know, just that, it's easy, you know, you don't really have to put your mind into much of the stuff. But when you're going against a boss that's too hard, well, it gets frustrating. And to those who don't believe me, to those who do not believe me, well, okay, this is more so of a playthrough than a boss, but to those who don't believe me, just check out my Mega Man X6 live stream way back when, the days when I was over in the old apartment. Because trust me, Mega Man X6 is terrible in my opinion. It's terrible. It's bad. I hate Mega Man X6. It's terrible. It's beyond terrible. Because I went through so much frustrations with that game. It's basically how Clement feels. Clement has pretty much the same opinion as I do, where he hates Mega Man X6. And to those who don't know, Clement, he's basically a YouTuber, like, who has done, like, retrospectives and Let's Plays on various video games, especially Sonic. And he stopped doing Let's Plays around 2021. Partly because of the Steambot Chronicles wasn't doing as well in terms of views, but he also decided to stop doing Let's Plays on his channel because he just I think it's something about he grew out of Let's Plays on his channel, so he decided to stop doing them. Although if you guys want to check out Clement's YouTube channel and you guys want to check out his Let's Plays, make sure you go to his playlists. Because Clement, he has set all of his Let's Play videos into, you know, into unlisted. Because, you know, because his channel is no longer about Let's Plays anymore. It's about, you know, scripted videos. You know, scripted videos, reviews, all that kind of stuff. And recently, earlier today, he actually uploaded a video about like I was saying from earlier, about the video game industry, about what's going on with physical copies and stuff. Although, of course, not everybody is going to be into Clement. But Clement, he did do a literally, and I kid you not, he literally did a 3-hour-long review of Sonic 06. Because I don't know if he still hates the game today, but he did a 3-hour-long review of Sonic 06 because he hates Sonic 06, and so he did a review on it because he hates Sonic 06, and basically he tried to go through pretty much all the details he possibly could. You know, the storyline, the gameplay, everything, where he left no stone unturned. He wanted you to express everything that was bad about Sonic 06. Because, you know, he just hated Sonic 06. And again, I don't know if he still does, but I'm going to assume he still does. Because we all know how Sonic 06 turned out. We all know how that game turned out. And to this very day, people still talk badly about Sonic 06 and Sonic Forces. And to those who are curious, no guys, I'm not going to cover Sonic Forces because one, I don't have the game anymore. I sold it because I hated the game so much. And two, even if I wanted to cover the game, even if I wanted to cover it, Forces has, you know, blocked scenes. Because when you get to a cutscene, or most of the cutscenes anyway, or if not that, all of them, basically you get a message saying you entered blocked scene. And when that kind of thing pops up, it's not going to pop up on the viewer's side. It's just going to show a blue screen. So like I said, even if I wanted to cover Sonic Forces, I wouldn't be able to cover it even if I wanted to. Not that I really care, because, you know, I mean, maybe I could have covered Sonic Forces, like if I wanted to. Maybe if there was like no blocked scenes, maybe I could have covered the game, you know, just to express how much I hate Sonic Forces, just like how much I hate just like how much I hate Mega Man X6.
Like the theme of his park is universal
But again,
domination
but again, because of that being blocked scenes, I can't cover it even if I wanted to. And also, I kind of like the voice line that Sonic says here, because like, Sonic, did you forget that Eggman literally blew up the moon in Sonic Adventure 2? Like, did you forget that? Cause like that's probably that's probably the worst thing that Eggman has ever done, or if not that, one of the worst things that Eggman has ever done. But to be fair, the writers for Sonic Colors up to, I believe, Sonic Forces, or maybe even Team Sonic Racing. Yeah. Either way, not the voice actors. The writers who wrote Sonic Colors and probably up to Sonic Forces, like I said, they literally know nothing about Sonic. So I think all they really did, they just did quick Google searches. But yeah, I kid you not, the writers, yeah, they don't know anything about Sonic based on my research. So take that as well you will. Yeah, so yeah, some people didn't like Sonic Colors, even at launch, due to this very reason. But clearly, Sonic Colors became a pretty popular game. Yeah, clearly became popular. Because if I'm not mistaken, Sonic Colors is probably like one of the most sold Sonic games ever, probably, or at least on the Wii anyway. Yeah, it sold pretty well, based on, you know, based around that, especially on the Wii. And like I said, I do have the Wii version. I do have it. Oh, okay, that was my fault. Ah, oh well.
You almost made it.
Almost made. Yes, I know what Tails meant by that. I know what he meant by that. But like, it's like, what do you mean almost made it, Tails? You saved me. But anyway. And also, I believe when you boot up the game for the first time and you go over to the controls, I think the controls are like backwards. I think. Where I think it's like circle to boost and like square to slide, I think. But thankfully, you can change the controls to however you like, thankfully. So at least Sonic Colors Ultimate did that one right, because otherwise if you couldn't change the controls to your liking, that would make that would like kind of mess with my muscle memory, you know, especially when it comes to like playing Sonic games on PlayStation, like the boost games. Because I'm so used to using a square to boost and stuff like that, and it's kind of why in Sonic Generations, where the default control, or sorry, Sonic X Shadow Generations, where the default a boost button is R2 because that's basically the button you use if you want to boost in Sonic Frontiers. But thankfully there is a mode called Legacy controls. In which case, what Legacy Controls is, it's basically the same controls as how it was in the original Sonic generation. And thankfully, it's the same thing in Shadow Generations, where you can change the controls to that if you want. So, you know, in Sonic Frontiers, yeah, I'm glad that Sonic Frontiers made me continue to be a Sonic fan to this very day, because if I didn't like Sonic Frontiers, I would be done with Sonic. I would have been done. And I'm not kidding, guys. I would have been done with Sonic, because after what happened with Sonic Forces, I told myself that the next 3D mainline Sonic game wasn't good in my opinion. Then again, yeah, I would have been done with Sonic. I would have been done, because I was kind of sick and tired of the you know, the Sonic, you know. But again, I am liking Sonic Frontiers. And I assure you guys that I actually went into Sonic Frontiers with an open mind. So I wasn't gonna like Sonic Frontiers like right away, because I wanted to judge it based on my opinion. And sure enough, I ended up liking Sonic Frontiers, and I still you know, and I still was being a Sonic fan. Oh yeah, yes, I agree for sure. I mean, maybe if they released it on a physical cartridge, then I can kind of see. Then I would kind of see. Because at least then, the update data and stuff could have been on the cartridge, but no, it's on a game key card bullcrap, you know? And the only reason why I got a Sonic X Shadow Generations on the Switch 2, despite it being on the game key card, is because Shadow Generations runs better than it does on PS4, and I agree it does. Because if you're on performance mode in Shadow Generations, it runs at 60 frames per second on the Switch 2 version. But on the PS4 version, it runs at 30, you know? And that's kind of the sole reason as to why I prefer the Switch 2 version of Sonic X Shadow Generations. For that reason, because it runs better. You know, I mean, maybe I'll get Sonic Frontier Switch 2, Definitive Edition, like what Blue said. Maybe I'll get it if it's on sale for like $20 or something. Maybe I'll consider it. But even then, at that point, you may as well just get it digitally. Or you know, I may as well get it. But we'll have to see. But yeah, Sonic Frontiers. My third favorite Sonic game, yeah. Sonic Blaze, my all-time favorite. Sonic Generation, second favorite, and Sonic Frontiers. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then this line became an internet meme. Oh, no copyright law in the universe is gonna stop me.
No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me.
Oh boy. I remember way back when that meme was like pretty much new at the time.
Try to be reasonable.
I mean, okay, I'll admit, maybe it's not that funny, but to me it kind of is. Because basically that means that Sonic doesn't care about copyright laws. And that's why back in the days when I heard that line, it became an internet meme. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay. Why did I do that? Oh man. Oh well. Oh man. Now, well, so much for my S rank, but that's okay, because again, I don't care. But basically, what you gotta do if you want to get the S rank here, you gotta make sure that they use the spike width. Yeah, you make sure you use the spike width. You know, make sure you use the spike width. You know, after the first hit, and you gotta make sure that you do it pretty fast. And the reason as to why I was being the way I was, because you know I haven't played Sonic Colors in a bit of a while. So, just bear with me. Oh, I still have the S rank. Again, I really don't care, but you know. But hey, at least I got it. But again, don't really care. Let's move on. Oh yeah, and I also, to those who don't know, yes, I actually put this cutscene, you know, as my favorite cutscene in Sonic Colors as a YouTube short.
talking to the
So
broken
yeah,
robot
so
who
yeah,
can't
yeah,
hear
sure it's not good quality because I use my phone,
That's between me
or
and
at
the
least my
robot.
old phone at the
The
time.
important
But
thing
you know,
here is the alien
but yeah,
planet
actually that has my YouTube channel. So yeah,
is free. So,
this
we can
cutscene
just
is my
forget
favorite
about the whole
cutscene in the
talking
game.
dead
Yeah, I
robots
know
thing,
it's
right?
kind of
Nope.
silly, it's kind of childish, but I like. I think it's kind of
I've
funny.
seen you say a lot of times, but I've never seen you talk to a pile of metal.
Tails, yeah, I'm kidding. Anyways, next up is Aquarium Park, which, like I said, I remember hearing that a lot of people don't really like the stage. And again, I understand why. Because again, you're mostly underwater, so again, I get it. But I like the music in Aquarium Park. Specifically, Acts 1 and 2 specifically. And I'm not kidding, guys. Aquarium Park, in terms of music-wise, is probably one of my favorite, or if not that, my all-time favorite of the music here, of the levels-wise. I'm not kidding. I love Aquarium Park music. You know, like I said, Acts 1 and 2 specifically. Okay, I was trying to be kind of cool there. I was trying to be kind of cool, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. Cause see, there's what I was trying to do. Because I was trying to get up there because you know there's a grind rail, and I think there's a ring up there. But you know, like you know, that's just how it is. Like Aquarium Park, pretty good stuff, in my opinion. Like even back in the original Wii days and DS days, I've always liked this kind of music, this kind of music. Although obviously, of course, the DS version is lower quality because I think they use like MIDI files or whatever. Because you know the DS, I don't think it can handle like real instruments or whatever. So you know, but so obviously it's obviously the quality it's not as good. But I wish they did not change the music for the drill list when you're underwater. I wish they didn't change that, even with the original soundtrack left on. I wish they didn't change it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a negative, but I've always loved the drill music when you're underwater. But it's a shame they cut that out. I just like how it sounds. I just like how it sounds, and unfortunately, nope, it's gone. But what can I do, you know? Because I think the music that I'm referring to here, I believe it's straight from Sonic Lost World, I think. And the reason I'm saying that is because in Tropical Coast, I believe, on the Wii U version, you do use the drill list underwater. If I'm not mistaken, there isn't even a red star ring when you're underwater like that, so it's kind of like pointless to like drill underwater. But hey, it's there. And it's not Lost World. And cause I literally did a playthrough on it, like I think like a month or two back. Because you know I got a new Wii U gamepad dock, so my Wii U gamepad could charge. The reason I'm saying that though, guys, because Sonic Lost World requires the Wii U gamepad for some reason. It requires it. For reasons I don't know why. I think the controls could have worked pretty easily with like Wii Remote and Nunchuck held sideways, or not held sideways, but Wii Remote and Nunchuck combo, but you know, but yeah. Like I said, I recently did not really well, you know, I did a playthrough on it, like I said, and yeah, I don't think it's as bad as people says it is. I really don't. I mean, yes, I do agree on some capacities on why it's bad. I can kind of see where they're coming from, like Frozen Factory Zone Act 2. Either that or it's Act 3. It's basically the one where you're in a snowball. It's basically what it is. And among other things. But again, I don't think it's as bad as people says it is, but I can definitely see where people are coming from on why it's not a good Sonic game. But again, I don't think it's that bad. But of course, everybody has their own different opinions, and I will respect those opinions. even if I disagree, you know, I'm not gonna force my opinion down their throat. It would be like, oh, how dare you hate Sonic Lost World? How dare you? That's it. We can't be friends, or you know, I wouldn't do that. I'm not the kind of person that will just end friendships all because someone disagrees with me, and you know, or I disagree. You know, yeah, I'm not that kind of person. Because yeah, everyone has different opinions, and at the end of the day, yeah, it's just at the end of the day, you gotta respect opinions, like whether if you think that opinion is wrong. I mean, yeah, you can disagree with their opinion, but at the very least, you know, respect the opinion. Because let's be real here. If we all had the same opinions, like for example, everybody loves Sonic, everybody loves Mario, everybody loves pizza, you know, etc., etc. The world would be a boring place because we all like and dislike the same thing. And see, that's what makes us unique. That's what makes us unique. Everyone has different opinions. Yeah, we don't always have to like and dislike the same things. And that's what makes us us. And the reason why I'm saying that right now, and I'm also gonna do this as a joke, because I like to do this as a joke. But yeah, because yeah, like I said, if everybody, yeah, but see, what I like to do on purpose is I like to like wait until it gets like #1, and then I use the rocket. I like to do that. I just like doing that, especially since it makes it go super high. I just like doing that. So don't ask why, I just like doing it. Like even on the original Wii, I like doing that. And as for the Wii U, I can definitely understand why that system failed, and I can definitely understand why a lot of people don't, well, quite a bit of people don't really like the Wii U. I can definitely see where people are coming from, especially since Wii U gamepad is required to go to system settings and among other things. But I don't think, like you know, I don't care what people says about the Wii U. I like the Wii U. Like, I like it. Yeah, sure, the Wii U gamepad is gimmicky, and some games require the Wii U gamepad for some reason. You know, I mean, I can't really say for some reason, because again, they want to go off the Wii U gamepad and what it can do. But it's kind of a shame that the Wii U failed. It's a shame. It's a shame it did. It probably could have sold a little bit better if they would have said Wii 2 instead of Wii U, Wii 2. And also maybe if Nintendo actually marketed the Wii U you know, better. The reason I'm saying that is because the Wii U, they literally marketed it as a controller. As far as I recall, they didn't really say it was a console until a certain time frame later. And by the time, you know, consumers realized it was a whole new console and not an add-on to the original Wii, by then, the damage was already too late by then. But yeah, like I'm trying to say, it's a shame that the Wii U failed when it did. Because the Wii U, yeah, it has some pretty good games. Yeah, sure, a lot of the Wii U games are you know, ported to the original Switch. So, you know, you can argue that, but you gotta admit, you know, the Wii U games that are there, well, mostly first-party stuff, mind you, but the Wii U games that are on the Wii U, quite a bit of the games are pretty good. I mean, keep in mind, not all Wii U games are good though. But yeah, pretty much the first-party stuff, you know, Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, Smash 4, Here's your Mario Kart 8, among others. You know, pretty good. But again, like I said, most of the Wii U games that Nintendo made on that system, most of the games, like I said, are you know, ported onto the original Switch already. And as I speak, I have a black Wii U. Yeah, as I speak, I have a black one, the deluxe version, because it contained New Super Mario Brothers U and New Super Luigi U. Unfortunately though, that copy just broke on me. It broke on me because the disc, like no matter how I took care of the disc, the Wii U, like, it just refuses to stop reading it. And to be fair, my Wii U doesn't like. Excuse me, did I mean to burp? I apologize. But you know, to be fair, my Wii U does not like reading Wii U disc, even if it's like, even if the disc is pretty clean for the most part. Like, just with one fingerprint, it doesn't want to read the disc. But yeah, the funny thing is, it reads badly scratched Wii games just fine. The reason why I'm saying that is because I did a replay through of Sonic Unleashed sometime last year, 100% run, or you know, 100% type deal. Those to be fair, you cannot skip the cutscenes. But anyway, in that version of the game, and I'm gonna assume PS2 as well. But yeah, I did a playthrough on it. Sometime last year, and I still had a pretty good time. I had a lot of fun trying to get all the items for the concept art, you know, the music, the secret document, all that good stuff. I love collecting, you know, the stuff in there. I like doing it. I like to collect the stuff. And yeah, even though my copy of Sonic Unleashed is pretty badly scratched, from what I remember, it still ran all the way through, no issues. And matter of, I don't even think the game froze once. But that's just what I personally think, anyway. And I remember, like, back in the days when Sonic Unleashed first came out, like, for Sonic Unleashed, where that game got a lot of hate because of the werehog and stuff. And here with me, I've always loved Sonic Unleashed. Like, even back in the days when I first played the game, back in like 2009 or whatever, because, you know, because the family we got in Christmas 2008. So I believe it was in 2009 when I first played the game, and I've always loved it. But yeah, back in the days, yeah, Sonic Unleashed was hated by many people. Can't really say I blame the haters. Can't really say I blame them. Nowadays, Sonic Unleashed is said to be like one of the best Sonic games, and before Sonic Team stopped caring about the storylines and stuff on their Sonic games. And yeah, there's actually a Sonic Unleashed recompiled. There's Sonic Unleashed recompiled. You know, yeah, based on what I've seen, it looks pretty good. For what I've seen, and I even see the Hatsune Miku mod, funny enough, where it basically replaces Chip. It replaces Chip and makes it to where it's Hatsune Miku instead, all complete with Hatsune Miku's voice and everything. That's kind of why it's a shame that my My computer is a piece of garbage, like I said. Because I don't even think, because yeah, because if my computer can't really handle Wii and GameCube games, there's no way it's going to be able to handle an Xbox 360 slash PS3 game. There's no way it's going to be able to handle that. But yeah, I do know my, my computer, it can handle, you know, NES, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, PS1, yeah, and I don't think it can run games like past the PS1. Well, technically that's not exactly true because again, Game Boy Advance, but I don't think it can handle like anything. Well, and it's funny too because my my computer, it can handle DS games just fine too. Not 3DS, mind you, but it handles DS games just fine. But it doesn't run PS2 games all that well. Because I tried to run like say Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex on there on one of the emulators that is known to be a pretty good PlayStation 2 emulator. But unfortunately, it was lagging pretty bad. I mean, like, yeah, it was like at least the music wasn't lagging from what I remember. It wasn't lagging. At least I don't think it was. But the gameplay was lagging though, because Crash was like running slower than he usually does, and the frame rate was just pretty bad. So it's kind of a shame though that like I said, my computer is not a good computer. It's kind of a shame because I would have loved, you know, to play on PS2 emulators and, you know, and maybe do retro achievements on PS2 games. Well, that's understandable, Blue. Glad that you're back. You know, yeah, glad that you're back and all that good stuff. You know, yeah, you didn't really miss much, because I'm just over at Come&Party. So you didn't really miss much. Excuse me. I was just clearing my throat, so my apologies on that one. But anyway. Oh yeah. Also, by the way, if you want the Red Star ring that I missed, what you gotta do is, yeah, you don't use the hover, and you just boost. You just boost over there, instead of using the hover. Yeah, you did Mario Party 3, the past. Wanted to with Ezlo, Shadowbone sadly got, well, pissed off, or, yeah, pissed off, because you ended up in last place, and then I may as well go to the you know, how angry you can get. Oh boy, yeah, I know, just like how you got pretty mad at me on Mario Party 3, and that's why you were targeting me all game, which can't really blame you, just because you were mad, you know. So I understand, and plus we all have anger issues here and there. Because when I get mad, I get mad. Maybe not as mad as you, Blue. Maybe not as mad, but I still get pretty mad. All the same, I still get mad. And it's why I'm doing the best I can to make sure my anger is under control. Yeah, you're sorry. You don't like getting last place from our party. You really don't. Oh, don't get me wrong, Blue. Don't get me wrong. I don't like getting last place either. Don't get me wrong. I hate getting last place. Myself. And especially when I'm constantly targeted throughout the game. Well, with some exceptions, because again, like when you were constantly targeting me, that was understandable on why you were constantly targeting me. But yeah, I don't like getting last place either, especially when I'm constantly targeted throughout the game. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's a certain somebody I'm not gonna say, For example, where he targets me a lot in Mario Party for reasons I don't know why, but it feels like he constantly targets me all the time. You know, like he would like target me like even when I'm in last place. Or like where he was like targeting me on my birthday. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I understand why he was targeting me when it was my birthday. I get that, and I'm not saying that just because it's my birthday. I'm not saying that it automatically means that I'm immune to being targeted. But I was pretty mad that time. You know, yeah. But that's why I'm doing the best I can to, like I said, well, 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 last year and this year. The reason why I'm saying that, cause it was earlier this year too where it happened, where Mark, where he, well, sorry, I didn't mean to say his username, but where he targeted me, for that. But again, I did not mean to say his username. So my apologies on that one. The reason why I'm saying that is because I know how you are on people that you don't really trust, and and you don't want to say their usernames and stuff. So again, didn't mean to say the usernames. But yeah, both last year and this year. But yeah, you're right. Either way, again, I don't like getting targeted either, nor do I like getting in last place. I'm with you there. Don't get me wrong. I don't like that. I really don't. I really hate it. It's kind of like what happened on Come and Party with Nick from last year when I was celebrating his birthday as a late birthday thing in 2024. The reason I'm saying that is because this one time I was playing, because this one time I was on Woody Woods, and I was doing so well in that game. I was doing so well. I was doing so well. But then literally, on the literal last turn, a star spawned somewhere, in Woody Woods, in which case, it was near chance time. And by the way, it's on Mario Party Superstars. But anyways, it spawned there. Daisy was right there. She had no stars, and I had like 4 stars or whatever. And here's Daisy, which may I add is a computer player, obviously. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, what happened was, Daisy, she landed on chance time. She landed on it. And what happened was, I literally traded all my stars, and I mean all my stars to Daisy. Yeah, I was not happy. So if those are curious, just go to late 2024 birthday special for Nicky Enlightened, because he was known as Nicky Enlightened at the time when that video was going on. And I wish I was kidding. That actually happened. It's not like what happened that one time where I got lucky and I was playing with Video Game Fan X99, aka Daniel. Yeah, it's not like that where where I didn't get a single star in terms of for Toad wise. So I had to rely on star steals and I also had some bonus stars or whatever. Or not that I had all of them. And by the way, we were on Super Mario Party Jamboree on Mario's Rainbow Castle, to those who are curious. But anyways, again, like I said, I didn't get a single star from Toad. Again, not a single star from Toad whatsoever. So again, I had to rely on star steals and Next up, the aquarium. And the star bonuses. Granted, I could have done chance time, but still. And surprisingly, out of some sheer luck, I managed to get that. You know, I managed to get the win, despite the fact I got no stars from Toad. But that's the thing about Mario Party, though. That's the thing about Mario Party. It's unpredictable. You never know. You never know. You never know what's gonna happen throughout the game. You don't know if you're gonna get screwed over. You never know if you're gonna get screwed over. You don't know if you're gonna get good luck. You don't know if you're gonna get bad luck. It's complete RNG. You never know what you're gonna get. And that's kind of why I prefer Mario Party over Mario Kart. You could argue Mario Kart is pretty random too, but I think Mario Party is better in terms of that, because I just think it's, you know, more chaotic. Because at least in Mario Kart, you know, at least in Mario Kart, at least with Mario Kart, you have to drive pretty well and stuff. You have to drive pretty well. And then you can also argue too that Mario Party, if you do pretty good on the minigames, you can argue that too, but still, it's why I still prefer Mario Party over Mario Kart for the same reason. It's unpredictable. That's why I like it. And although to be fair, I didn't become a Mario Party fan until I played Mario Party Superstars, I believe. Which, may I add, which I'll admit is one of my favorite Mario Parties, along with Mario Party 3 and Mario Party DS. And I believe sometime last year, I managed to get, I think I managed to win on pretty much all of the boards, well, most of the boards anyway. On Expert, I think it is. I think the only board I lost in, I believe, was Kamek's library. I think it was. But I do have a physical copy of Mario Party DS. I do have a physical copy, and I do boot it up occasionally. Although, as I speak, I'm currently doing a replay through on Fire Emblem Echoes: Shadows of Valentia. I'm currently replaying that game on normal difficulty. You know, mainly to see on how easy it is compared to hard difficulty. But yeah, so to those who do not know my channel, or who does not know me, I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. And matter of, I'm pretty excited for Fire Emblem Fortune's Week. I'm really excited for it. Like, I can't stress enough of how much I am a fan of the series. Maybe I'm not as much of a big of a fan as that series as compared to, you know, Cobra, aka Hesitated Cobra Gaming. But I'm still a big fan of the franchise. And matter of, as I speak, Hesitated Cobra Gaming is actually doing a playthrough on Persona 3 Reload, which I played twice on the channel, may I add. Once as the original playthrough, and one when I was celebrating its 1-year anniversary, where I was playing the game on merciless difficulty. And I was actually doing Persona 4 Golden. I was actually doing a replay through on it on my channel on very hard difficulty. But as the stream went on, I lost interest during that stream. I don't know how, I don't know why, don't ask why in the comments, but I somehow lost interest on that replay through. And it's a shame too, because I was pretty excited when I was starting on. But then I lost interest literally on that same part. It's the whole point as to why I decided to delete that stream. Because of that reason. Because at least with my other canceled playthrough, how did I not die there? Because at least when I was doing Persona 3 Portable as the female character, at least that had an excuse going for it. Because you know, at least that had an excuse going for it. Because at least on that one, I did like 6 parts or whatever before I just called it quits. So at least it's Persona 3 Portable. I don't mind keeping that on my channel, despite the fact that it's canceled. Because again, at least it lasted 6 parts. Persona 4 Gold on that replay through, on the other hand, that only lasted 1 part, and even then, I didn't even end the stream properly because I lost interest mid-stream. Again, Don't ask why. I lost interest during the live stream. I don't know what it was, but I lost interest. During that live stream. I don't know why, but it just happened. But yeah, it's basically why. It's kind of why. Sometime after I was done streaming Classic Sonic in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I'm being added into the game. Yeah. I lost interest into streaming doing videos until sometime earlier this week, and that's when I became more motivated to stream and do more videos. And that's basically kind of the whole point as to why you know, it's belated. Although to be fair, it was belated prior, but you know, still I lost interest, like I said, you know, just midway, and like I said, I got my interest back. It is streaming or doing videos. I got interest, you know. But yeah, as for the Red Star rings, they are pretty fun to collect, you know. Where there are 5 Red Star rings in every level. But yeah, unlike how it is in Sonic Lost World, let's see, because in Sonic Lost World, you don't even have to backtrack to get all the Red Star rings in Sonic Lost World. You don't have to get certain wisps and go back in order to get all the Red Star rings. In Sonic Colors, though, well, they're required. Basically, so for example, you can't get all the Red Star rings all in one go. In Tropical Resort Act 1 as an example. Not a complaint, but I'm just saying the facts, you know. It's just saying the facts. But yeah, to those that can play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I cannot stress enough of how much I love that game. I would highly recommend it, you know, regardless if you're a Sonic fan or not. And I actually prefer it over Mario Kart World because sometime after I got Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, ever since I got that game, I haven't really been playing Mario Kart World all that much anymore. Because I just think Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is more fun. And I swear it's not. Yeah, yeah, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Well, let's see. Tropical Resort is 1. Sweet Mountain is 2. Starlight Carnival is 3. Planet Wisp is 4. Aquarium Park is 5. And Astro Coaster is 6. So yeah, you're right. So you were right the first time. It's 6. You're right. You're right the first time. Which, funny enough, it's kind of funny how Blood Red 17 said that, because we were talking about Jeopardy that one time, but I'm not gonna go over the details, but over that. But all I'm really gonna say is it's some kind of it's not really a quiz, but again, I'm not gonna go over the details on that for the sake of not saying it, anyway. Oh boy, that's a lot of rings. Oh boy. And also, by the way, I do not count Terminal Velocity as a world too. By the way, I don't count Terminal Velocity as a world because it's literally only 2 acts, not counting the final boss fight. So that's why I don't really count Terminal Velocity as a world. It's kind of a shame too, because Terminal Velocity Act 1 is pretty good music too. Oh boy, this stage, yeah. Oh yeah, this stage, oh boy, yeah. You better hope you can pay attention to the buttons and stuff that is in the background, or you're gonna literally go in a circle in this stage. I'm not kidding. So you better hope that you can pay attention to, you know, the rings and the buttons that appear. Otherwise, you're literally going to go in a circle and the world will pretty much never end. I learned that the hard way, I believe, on that one playthrough when I was playing this game on the Wii U. I think I learned that one the hard way because kind of find out there was a button I wasn't pressing. Yeah, there was a button I wasn't pressing, which might I add, the button that shows up is really hard to see. It's really hard to see, or at least to me it's hard to see, because, yeah, it's hard to see, because, yeah, literally it's hard to see, because the camera's too zoomed out. So there's that. So believe it or not, Cobra is your first, or was your first guest you had during your own playthrough of A Link to the Past 6 years ago. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, I don't really. See, that's what I mean. See, that's what I mean. See, that's where the button was. See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, you have to really pay attention. Because if you don't pay attention, you're literally gonna be in that level forever.
Whoa. This is where he converts them into the strange, negative aliens with the freaky energy.
Oh, there you are. I thought I lost you for a second. Did you find anything interesting? Look at all of them. He's captured thousands of aliens.
Don't worry. We'll get them out.
Sonic, I haven't seen Yacker for a while.
Don't worry, Tails. Yacker's
You'll have to
just fine.
excuse me, buddy. I have a generator to shut down.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what the next mainline 3D Sonic game is going to be, though. Especially after Sonic Frontiers, you know. Makes me wonder if they're going to do, like, another boost game, or if they're going to do, like, another open zone game, or if they're going to, et cetera. I don't think they're going to, like, I don't think they're going to do, like a game, like, similar to Sonic Adventure or whatever, because after what happened with Sonic 06, but, you know. But I would still like to see, like a Sonic Adventure style gameplay again. You know, I would like it. Not counting Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric or anything like that. Not counting that, but. Which, may I add, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because way back when in the days when I first played Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, back in the days, I didn't think it was that bad back then. Until I was playing like the levels over and over and over again, was when I was finally seeing the issues that Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric was having. And then eventually it started to hate it, like everybody else. And I assure you guys that I'm not like mimicking other people's opinions or anything like that. I actually mean that. Back then when I first played Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, again, I didn't think it was that bad. But you know, but again, like I said, I was playing the levels over and over again. And it got to the point where I'm like, okay, yeah, I could definitely see where people are coming from. And then eventually, like I said, I eventually started to hate it. Like it's like everybody else. Yeah, and Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice, that's the best Sonic Boom game of all the Sonic Boom games, but that's kind of no duh. Because Sonic Boom Shadow Crystal, it's better than Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, but they still want you to collect a lot of the collectibles, in which case you have to pretty much go back in order to, you know, unlock the level. Well, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, that game, from what I remember, the collectibles are completely optional. They're not required to be the game, last time I remember. Keep in mind though, guys, I only played Sonic Boom Fire and Ice like, one time? And even then, that was on my old 3DS before that took a dump. And unfortunately, I forgot the Nintendo Network ID that was associated with it. So it's not like it can re-download it anyway, even if I wanted to. So that means I have to get a physical copy. Which, funny enough, I actually kind of want to get Kirby Planet Robobot one of these days myself, because I became a Kirby fan in 2024 after I played Kirby the Forgotten Land. So to those who have not played Kirby the Forgotten Land yet, please I would highly recommend Kirby the Forgotten Land because that game became one of my favorite Switch 1 games of all time, along with 513 Houses, of course. But I can't stress enough of how much I love Kirby the Forgotten Land. I can't stress enough of how much I love that game. And that game made me become a Kirby fan. And I'm not kidding. It made me become a Kirby fan. It really did. And it's kind of funny how I say that because one of these days I'm gonna want to like watch like Come and Party with Nick. Come Party with Nick's Let's Play on it. You know, who knows? Maybe I'll do my own Let's Play of Kirby the Forgotten Land. Although obviously, of course, not a good quality, of course, mind you, since I don't have a capture card or anything like that. But you know, maybe I could do my own Let's Play. Although, of course, I would have to like end each part like after every level or whatever. I don't know, something. But I do have ideas on some of my Let's Plays I want to do, like Sonic Unleashed as an example. Where in Sonic Unleashed, what I plan on doing on that one is basically where, like, say I play all the daytime stages, and then when we get to the next village, then it's on to the next part. And because the nighttime levels are longer than the daytime levels, then basically after every night level, like Act 1 or whatever, then it's on to the next part, and so on and so forth. That's what I plan on doing for Sonic Unleashed. I'm not kidding, guys. I actually do want to play, you know, play that game along with Sonic on my channel. I just gotta make sure though that before I start the recordings and all that, I gotta make sure that you know the audio, you can hear the game's audio and all that good stuff. At the same time, not too loud, to the point where I upset my neighbors, you know. And that's why I said what I said from earlier, that I want to watch my tone, my tone when I'm playing video games and stuff like that. Because I know that if I'm too loud, I could potentially upset my neighbors, and that would not be a good thing. Because I already told them before I fully moved in, I told them that if I'm ever too loud, then they can knock on my door saying, okay, Dominic, you're being too loud, so can you please keep it down? You know, stuff like that. Cause I already let my neighbors know about that. Like once I fully moved in, you know, all that good stuff. So, but anyways, folks, that's pretty much it in terms of the main levels. The main levels. Again, I don't count Terminal Velocity. Again, I don't count that. But that's pretty much it. The rest of it is just, you know, boss, Terminal Velocity in Act 1, which is just an auto runner. Then the boss fight. And then, of course, Act 2, which is also an auto runner, but even then it's super short. But yeah, we're almost done with this game, folks.
You know, I don't like what you're doing to my friends in there. It's messed up. So I'm gonna mess you up. Yeah, that's right. I'm stretching. You got a problem with that? I want to be able to fully enjoy taking you apart without some pulled muscle slowing me down. Okay, now I'm ready. Of course, if you want to run away, please feel free. There's no shame in it.
Okay, Sonic, we get it. You like to stretch and be cocky, but come on, let's start the fight.
You guys don't talk much, do you? Fair enough. Don't say I didn't warn you.
And also, by the way, the music that plays in both Starlight Carnival boss fight and Astro Coaster boss fight, I seen a YouTube comment saying that this song reminds them of Jimmy Neutron for some reason. I mean, I kind of get why, but like, yeah, I actually saw a YouTube comment like years and years ago. I believe back at the time when Sonic Colors, the original game, was pretty much relatively new at the time. Yeah, I believe I remember seeing a comment where they're like, oh yeah, this song reminds, it's like, oh, am I the only one who gets reminded of Jimmy Neutron when I listen to this song? And then the comment reply, some comment replied to it saying obviously, but yeah, it's kind of funny on some things about the internet, on some things I remember like seeing all those years ago. 'Cause I believe at the time when I first saw that kind of thing, I believe at the time when I saw that kind of stuff, I believe, like, at the time when I saw that kind of stuff, I believe I was pretty new at the internet at the time. And back then I remember watching, like, Sonic Peanut Butter Jelly Time and, you know, like, random Sonic videos. And one of my favorites was the Sonic SpongeBob stuff, where basically they just take an episode of SpongeBob and they just take random Sonic clips and just make it into like a SpongeBob episode, and which sadly a lot of those videos are gone now because you know copyright reasons. So with that being said, booyah. So yeah, like I said, I don't recommend going to the Asteroid Coaster the moment you unlock it. After beating Tropical Resort, Sweet Mountain, and Starlight Carnival. I wouldn't recommend that because again, this cutscene plays, and here they're acting like their generator journey is done when it really isn't. If you're doing Asteroid Coaster before you do Planet Wisp and Aquarium Park. So again, I wouldn't recommend doing Asteroid Coaster, like straight after. I would recommend you just do this after you do Planet Wisp and Aquarium Park for that reason, because it just doesn't make sense story wise, in my opinion. Not that it really matters, because Sonic Colors has a pretty simple plot anyway. Which, a lot of Sonic fans agrees that the plot isn't good, which and the writing, which again, I kind of agree it's not, but at the time when the original Sonic Colors came out, this was a breath of fresh air at the time, because, people were like, oh, Sonic's being too serious, and they're trying to be too edgy, and, over the extreme, and so, that's probably why another reason as to why Sonic Colors storyline is pretty basic and has kind of weird writing here and there. Not just because they hired writers who don't know anything about Sonic, but also because like people were complaining, saying that the Sonic stories are being way too over the extreme and everything else. Kind of like Shadow the Hedgehog game, which again, like I brought up, I brought up from the previous stream ago. I don't think the Shadow the Hedgehog game is as bad as people says it is. Sure, it's not good, it's not great, but it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Cause see, I know the Shadow the Hedgehog game is bad. I know it is, but I just can't bring myself to hate it. My opinion is rather biased though, because the Shadow the Hedgehog game is probably the first 3D Sonic game that I played, or if not that, it was one of the first. Because either way, I remember the Shadow the Hedgehog game being probably one of the early 3D Sonic games I remember playing back in the day. So, like I said, anyways, Terminal Velocity, let's go.
That fool Sonic thinks he's won because he destroyed all my generators. Well, the mind control cannon is full enough for what it has to do. I will have the last laugh!
The last laugh? How is laughing last special? Isn't that like being the slowest one to get the joke?
Yeah, I laugh last all the time.
Oh yeah, I like how Eggman says the line that's coming up here.
Because you are an idiot. You talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you. There's nobody else here.
Eggman, what do you mean there's nobody else here besides Kubot and you? Orbot's literally right there.
I've been working on it all day. What does that even mean? Oh, never mind. In a few seconds, it won't matter anyway, since the world will have only one thing on its mind.
What's that, boss?
Me.
Yeah, also, by the way, after this cutscene plays, there's supposed to be music after this scene is done. Like, there's supposed to be music, but from what I remember, the music is pretty much gone, but there's no Wii version, that the music plays just fine. But yeah, I highly doubt it's fixed though, and I don't think Sonic Colors Ultimate is gonna get fixed. because yeah, sure they already patched this game how many times already, but I think the last update they did on this game was either 2021 or 2022. We are in the year 2026, so I highly doubt this game is going to get updated anytime soon. So for Sonic Colors Ultimate, there is a mod on Steam. I think it's called Sonic Recolors or something. I don't remember what it's called, or Sonic Colors Rainbow, or I don't know. But it basically where they try to improve they try to improve the issues, and they try to improve make things better. But I could be wrong though. But I know there's a mod where it tries to fix the issues.
He stops you like it's his job or something.
And yeah, see, no music, even though there's music in the original version.
What are you talking about? He hasn't stopped all of them. Name one.
Sonic Riders, if that counts. The original Sonic Riders.
Thank you, buddy! Hey, my voice! It's back! All right!
Ah, there's the sweet sound my auditory processors know and love.
Now I remember why we changed his voice chip. No matter. I may have suffered a setback, but this thing's far from over. I will crush Sonic! The man gets an A for effort, that's for sure!
Oh boy. Now it is time for, like I said, Terminal Velocity Act 1. And I think back then when I was younger, like I think I remember having issues in this stage, mainly because of probably because of the final well then I don't know, I don't remember, it's been so long ago. So
Good, so it's not just me.
Excuse me, not me to burp, sorry.
The ground shaking under my feet and see plumes of dust rising and rubble tumbling and aliens running for their lives. Yeah, I get a bad feeling. So, how about you and me make like Eggman's hairline and recede?
This isn't joke time. This is running to the space elevator time.
Sorry, couldn't help myself. We're out of here.
Yeah, we're running now.
All right, here we go. I do like the music here that plays in Terminal Velocity. I won't lie, it has pretty good music. But it's kind of a shame that there's an auto runner though. Oh, what? Okay. See, the reason why, the reason why I was doing the okay thing is because I can tell it's been a bit of a while since I played Sonic Colors, regardless of version. I can tell it's been a while. But yeah, what you want to do here is you want to make sure that you save your boost, or at least until the camera like changes. Well, not here. So like it's the when you get chased by the giant robot or whatever. Yeah, you're still gonna want to save your boost since you can actually jump, unlike how it is in Aquarium Park. So yeah, make sure that you save that up. But then as soon as the camera angle changes from that point, then yeah, definitely lose. That's just how it, that's just how it is. So that's just how it is. Ah, damn it. I think the chat glitched out again. Gosh dang it, chat. The reason I'm saying that is because sometimes on the PS4, sometimes it like does this thing to where like it tends to like rewind the chat for some weird reason. I don't know why, but it does that. Which makes me wonder if the PS5 has the same issue. Alright, so now that the camera angle changed, let's continue. Yeah, it's just a good idea to make sure that you save your boost. Here, so this way you can, not take damage. Pretty simple stuff. yeah, the S rank we got it pretty well, I don't know about interestingly, because I don't think I took damage there, but yeah, the thing of it is, you also got to collect quite a bit of rings too, if you want to get the S rank. So, time for the final boss. All right, here we go.
Time to bail!
Isn't that...
It can't be!
Leaving so soon? There are no lines, and I've saved the best rides for last. At least let me stab your hand so you can come back in.
I know you're trying to be clever with this whole amusement park pun thing, but it's just coming off lame. Just say you're going to destroy us and stop embarrassing yourself.
Curse you, Sonic! Not only do you foil my plans, but you foil my speeches as well! I work hard on them! No matter, I will destroy you, and I will be victorious! Is that better?
Like a million times better. Thank you.
This robot is special! He's powered by the energy from your little friends! He is invincible! So I'd say it's been nice knowing you, but it hasn't.
I have to admit I'm a little scared. I don't think we can beat this guy.
See you on the ground, buddy.
Huh? Sonic, no!
Yeah, I know it's not funny, but I kind of like how the voice actress says, no, Sonic, hey, Sonic, no. Yeah, oh, Sonic, no. I know it's not funny, but I just kind of like how, it's said, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna, try to beat the boss the regular way, but what I like to do a lot of the times when I play, you know, Sonic Colors, a lot of the time I like to milk, you know, the boss fight on purpose until the music, you know, like, until like the music loops, and I do the same thing, and I usually do the same thing with phase 2, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that in this playthrough to save time, but a lot of the playthroughs that I do in Sonic Colors, I like to do that, where I try to make, where I milk the fight on purpose, because I like both phase music of Sonic Colors, especially phase 2. I love it. It's a shame though if you play it the regular way. It's unfortunate you can't really hear the both phase music you know, all like the whole way through. So the only way for you to milk it is if you like purposefully take damage, you know, so this way you can hear the music longer. Because basically when you take damage on purpose, then Eggman receives an additional attack. So, but yeah, it's kind of a shame that we don't, the Mother Wisp does not appear in this game. It's a shame that she doesn't, because, like, imagine like if she showed up after getting all of the Chaos Emeralds. But oh well. At least she's on the DS version.
Final Color Blaster!
Although, fun fact, yeah, a fun fact, in the original release of Sonic Colors Ultimate, in the original release, that Eggman firework type deal, that was not there, at launch, you know, and so they literally had to, patch it back in. Yeah, believe me, so Sonic Colors Ultimate has plenty of problems. So, yeah, definitely get the Wii version if you can. Or, you know, you can just emulate the Wii version. Or, you know, get the DS version, emulate the DS version. but even that, but you know, what I mean to say is, yeah. So you know, does recommend to get the Wii version instead, or you can emulate it, like I said. Because if you emulate it, you get to play it at 60 frames per second, along with live, like how it is, you know. But keep in mind, though, like I said, that my computer is a piece of garbage. I mean, so really, the only way I can play Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance, on Dawson, is if I, you know, is if I play those kinds of games on my phone. I have a physical copy of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on GameCube, but not Radiant Dawn. But I do have a physical copy because I spent $300 on my physical copy of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. And keep in mind that it was without the game case. It came in a generic case. So yeah, but you know, I wanted Fire Emblem Path of Radiance really bad because at the time I didn't, you know, care about emulating games at the time. At the time, yeah, I didn't care about doing that. I didn't care about doing it, you know? So yeah, so that's why I literally forked over $300, like I said, to get Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Path of Radiance, I actually have been enjoying the game the more I play it. Heck, even last year, I actually played through the game 3 times to celebrate it coming out on NSL when it was gonna come out at the time. So I played the game on easy, normal, and difficult, and I had a blast. And yes, and I actually did a soft Iron Man challenge on all 3 difficulties, where basically I can restart the chapter, but that is if and only if Ike dies, and even then I have to genuinely try to beat the map, the chapter, if you will. And I had a blast, especially on difficult mode, because I think on difficult mode, I maxed out Ike's stats, I think, believe it or not. And on the Switch too, on the GameCube application, I only did it once, where I played the game on easy. So one of these days, I'm gonna want to play the game on normal. Because Path of Radiance, I actually like the game a little bit more than I did on my first playthrough.
You're welcome. Thank you for saving us.
He says you are welcome.
Yeah, really, my only complaint that I have with Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is that even if you, you know, even if you play the game, yeah, even if you like play the game with the battle animations turned off, the gameplay is still pretty slow. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Right on.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that, but anyway. And like I said, I'm gonna be skipping the credits because again, I'm not going through that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going. Because I'm not going through the 30 minutes worth of the credits. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that, no. Way too long. Because if you thought that the original Sonic Colors had pretty long, credits, because it did have pretty long credits. Sonic Colors Ultimate, it's like 30 minutes. It's like 30 minutes worth of that, because of that, you know? And that's kind of what makes it kind of bad in regards to that, but... Oh, for a second there I thought Video Game Fan 99, aka Daniel. For a second there I thought he was live. When then when it's like, dude, he literally doesn't have a capture card. I don't know what I was thinking there. But yeah, according to what I can see here, nobody's worth rating, but that's okay because my channel is rather small as it is, so. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it. For this live stream, all the same. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to see if I can like find a good frame or something. Well, not that it really matters. I'm probably gonna change the thumbnail anyway. So it really doesn't matter in the long run. It really doesn't matter. Okay, alright, yeah, because I think I'll just do some kind of frame on Tropical Resort or something. Because what I like to do, sometimes, what I like to do is, I like to go to, like, Act 1 on Tropical Resort, and I try to do this one frame I like to do. Basically what I tend to do is you know, I go backwards slow, very slowly, and yeah, so somewhere around here. Yeah, I don't know why, but I kind of like the frame here, where you get to see all the stuff. But yeah, anyways, that'll do it for this stream of Sonic Colors Ultimate, where it's part of the belated birthday special for Nick. Come Party with Nick, I should be saying, part 7, if you will. So there are 2 more segments, like I said. In which case, Pac-Man on the NES, on the Switch 2, because I have a Switch 2, not original Switch because I sold it, and Mega Man 2 will be the finale of this. So yeah, like I said, I didn't see any raid targets, so I'll just say what I always do, and then I'll end off the stream here, especially since the stream is pretty long enough as it is. So, anyways, guys, this is anyways. If you guys enjoy watching my kinds of streams, videos, all that good stuff, be sure to give this stream a like. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, but you guys want to see my streamers videos, subscribe and click the bell icon. So this way you guys will know when I stream a video, and we'll go on from there, folks. So, anyways, guys, this is me, 96 signing off. I will see you guys hopefully in the next live stream. Wherever you look to it, and video, I should be saying. More than likely, I'm going to be doing Pac-Man on the NES. Mainly. More than likely. I'm not going to promise anything. But until next time, this is Video Game Fan 96 signing off, and I will see you guys next time. Whenever I feel it to it. Video Game Fan 96 out of here. Bye, everyone. See you whenever I feel it to it, and well, yeah. Peace out, everybody. Peace out. And also, that was kind of funny. Alright. Peace out for real this time. Peace out.